One thing in particular that, I was really surprised in, and that generally when you see Vi and you're playing into the Sivir, you take Chilling Smite because you need to try to play the mini game where you Chilling Smite off the Sivir spell shield as you're going in with the ulti. And every time it felt like he's diving into the backline, it's just going to get spell shielded. When you're playing Challenging Smite, you can't actually knock the spell shield off in the same way.
Worst feeling.
So exactly. So I was just so surprised that he actually elected to go for Challenging Smite. I feel like it was a clear mistake in this game.
With you.
And you can see how close some of these early fights were as well. And if you had actually gotten some of these targets like the Sivir out of the equation, but this could have been EDG kind of compounding on the early leads they'd found. Like, we had the advantage in the mid lane for Scout, bot side as well for Viper, they got first Dragon. It was looking good, but then we got into these fights and T1 popped off. And Faker in particular just looked like he was unstoppable on this Akali, but Owner as well in every single one of these fights, finding good execution, finding the right players, and stealing away some of these core dragons.
Absolutely. I mean, this is one of those comps that when you look at it, and if you're not super confident in the team that's piloting it, it's not a good composition, right? Where you're playing Fiora and Lee Sin and Akali, and you're playing against Ornn and Azir and all these champions that you have to run into. Even Renata is going to really make it very, very difficult, but they were able to find really good angles. They were very coordinated on when they're engaging and what ways they were engaging these fights, and they were able to crush through what I think most people would have considered a superior team fighting comp.
And I think this fight is a really good example of what you're talking about there, Zale, right? They kind of spread out the fight, so EDG gets stuck in the pit. Faker is dealing with Scout